Welcome back to another one of my weekly meal idea videos. If you're into this kind of thing, be sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I will have new videos up every Sunday at 2. On Monday, we decided to grill burgers for Memorial Day, and I just got the pre-made patties this time just to keep things a little bit easier. And all we do is salt each side with sea salt and pepper. Like, that's all a good burger really needs. Then as a side, I decided to make some potato hobo packets. You're just gonna dice up, you made three potatoes. Each packet, I put a half of a potato in there, put a tablespoon of butter, and sprinkled some Uncle Chris's steak seasoning in there. Covered them up and put them in the oven for about 45 minutes at 375. And these were the burgers fresh off the grill. They were perfect, not overcooked, anything, just how I like them. My husband actually likes them a little bit more done than they were, like well done, but I don't, so I thought they were perfect. This is my plate. I like to fry an egg and put it on my burger, and I put some garlic aioli mayonnaise on it, and I made some homemade lemonade. On Tuesday, I made my oldest daughter's favorite meal, taco soup. It's a pretty basic one. I feel like I've seen this recipe multiple times, but it is so good. You're just going to start by browning up a pound of ground beef, and then putting in a can of diced tomatoes. I prefer fire roasted, but any kind works. A can of corn undrained, and then you're going to put a can each of black beans and kidney beans rinsed and drained, a packet of ranch seasoning, a packet of taco seasoning, and about half of a container of beef broth, just until it's pretty well covered. You'll see about where you need to be at. And you're just going to stir everything up and turn on your pressure cooker for 15 minutes on high, or a slow cooker for 6 to 8 hours, either way. And then my family tops it with sour cream and cheese. And don't mind my messy bowls. It happens every time I plate this stuff. And on Wednesday, I used some leftover cracked chicken that I had made a couple weeks ago that was in the freezer, and reheated it in my Instant Pot with some broth, and it kind of made it a little bit crispy. I made sandwiches and they were so good. I actually made this macaroni cheese for lunch for the kids, so we had a bunch left over, so I incorporated it into dinner. You're just going to put elbow macaroni into your pressure cooker and cover it with water, stir it up really well, cook it on high for 4 minutes. And then top with, or put in, about 5 tablespoons of butter, 2 cups of cheese, any kind. I use Gouda and Parmesan in this one. Sprinkle in about half a teaspoon of ground mustard, salt, pepper, and then one of the tiny cans of evaporated milk. I can't recall the actual ounces, but they're really tiny and adorable. And then mix that up really well, and you've got some awesome macaroni and cheese. Very quick too. I also decided to put some baked beans on the side because I had a can I needed to use, and I think that was my son's very favorite part. And on Thursday, I made a family favorite spaghetti, but I have recently been doing it in the Instant Pot because it kind of like reminds me of Chef Boyardee. Something about the noodles also soaking up that sauce as it pressure cooks. It's so good. But you're going to start by browning up. Right here is actually turkey sausage that I had that I needed to use. And if you've never used sausage in your spaghetti, you should definitely try that. I put some Italian seasoning in there, some minced garlic and salt, and then just stirred that up really good. If it's not like completely done, it's okay because the time it pressure cooks, the meat's going to be done, but you want to get it pretty much all the way browned. I'm going to pour in a jar of your family's favorite pasta sauce. Mine just happens to be, or my family's favorite is the Parmesan Romano from Kroger. Mine is Prego, but I'm the only one in the house that likes Prego, so we get this more often than not. And it's still good. I don't dislike it. Then you're going to put your spaghetti noodles on top of the sauce mixture. I find that these pot size are so much easier. Then fill up the pasta jar with water, pour that on top, cover it, and cook on high for 10 minutes. And I found that my noodles weren't quite done this time for some reason, so I boiled them for a few minutes and then they were all ready to go. So good like this if you've never done it. And on Friday, I made breakfast for dinner because who doesn't love breakfast for dinner? I started by just putting my biscuits in the oven. I'm sure everybody knows how to put biscuits on a tray, but there you go. And then I started on my gravy, which is my family's very favorite. I melt 6 tablespoons of butter, put in 1/3 of a cup of flour, and then you're just gonna stir it up really well. And then I slowly start mixing in 3.5 cups of milk, just slowly. And then you're going to stir for quite a while. Like you're gonna think, if you've never made gravy, you're gonna think that you put way too much milk in it, but just trust me, just keep stirring. Just be careful, it will burn quickly. Don't stop whisking, keep your eye on it, and eventually it will thicken up. I always just put some ground pepper in mine, a pretty good bit. That's how we prefer it, and salt, and those are the only additional seasonings that I add. And never be afraid to taste your food. Somehow I got the seasonings just right this time and I didn't add anything else. I just took the last bit of turkey sausage that I needed to use and cut it up, put it on the griddle, and cooked it on each side until it was 165 degrees. Fried my eggs on the same skillet, and I just put the same salt and pepper on those too. And there you have it, breakfast for dinner. Last meal of the week. I appreciate everyone watching, and if you like this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to my channel for additional cooking videos and grocery hauls.